Alright, hey guys, Only Game here, back in another video, and I'm going to be doing another collection video for you guys. And wow, yesterday was pretty crazy to say the least. So, as I'm sure you're all aware, trailer 2 of GTA 6 just randomly dropped out of nowhere yesterday. There was no build-up, there was no like leaks, surprisingly, or anything. Rockstar just dropped it. And of course, I watched the trailer. The game looks absolutely incredible. Yeah, it's a shame that they delayed it. It was supposed to come out at the end of this year, but now it's not coming out till May 2026, which does suck. But, you know, of course it'll be a lot more beneficial in the end because the game will be a lot more polished. But yeah, man, GTA 6 is shaping up to be an incredible game, I must say. And the graphics are unreal, man. Rockstar knows how to make some damn good graphics, that's for sure. Yeah, so since the hype train for GTA 6 is once again back in full force, I figured now was the perfect time to show off my entire GTA game collection. Because I pretty much got like every entry in this franchise, apart from like a few like ports that I still want to get of some of these games. I think I own pretty much every mainline game, and I think all the spin-offs. If there's any like that I'm missing, just let me know down in the comments. But I'm pretty sure I own every single GTA game, at least one version of every game. Yeah, so like a lot of people, I'm a big fan of GTA. And yeah, and I decided that I wanted to collect every game in the series. Not going for full set, not going for like every version or anything, but you know, just having at least one of every game is more enough for me. But like I said, there are a few ports that I would still like to get off some of these games, but you know, as long as I've got every mainline game, that's all I really care about. But yeah, so here it is. I've got them all in release order. So without further ado, let's just get straight into it. Start off with the very first game right here, of course, the original Grand Theft Auto on the PS1. Released back in 1997. I don't know how many of you have actually played the original GTA, but as you can see from the screenshots, it's quite a bit different from the newer games, to say the least. Yeah, so the early GTAs were like 2D top-down view type of games. You can still do all the same things, you know, like steal cars, roaming around on foot and all that. It's still the same GTA at its core, but originally the games were all 2D, so you had 2D sprites for the cars and everything, and it was played from a bird's eye view. So yeah, it was quite an innovative game for its time. You know, not many games on the PS1 were doing this whole like open world sandbox type thing. Although to be expected, like a lot of games of its era, the first GTA, if you go back and play it now, it really has shown its age. Like even back in the day when it first came out, it visually wasn't that much of a looker because this was during the era of like, you know, everything had to be like, you know, 3D polygons. That was like the big thing. And this game was like all 2D, you know, so even when it released, it was like nothing to write home about graphically, but you know, it obviously made up for it with the massive like scope of the game at the time. But yeah, like a classic game, you know, one that I feel like should really be re-released on modern consoles, because the original like early 2D GTAs are pretty much completely inaccessible unless you have like a PS1 or you can emulate through DOSBox or whatever. My copy is complete, got the manual and the map. It is missing the Vice City map. GTA 1 actually took place in all three cities. So you had Liberty City, San Andreas, and Vice City, all in the first game. And yeah, and it originally came with two maps, but I've only got just the one. But yeah, as I was saying before, the early GTA should really get like a re-release on modern consoles. Because again, like there's no easy way of accessing these games. So, you know, it would be really cool if they did like a GTA Classic Collection or whatever, and just combined like, you know, GTA 1, London, and 2, like into one collection and just put on modern consoles, you know. Maybe not like fully remaster them or anything, maybe just touch up the games a little bit, you know, like put them in widescreen or whatever, like 60 FPS support, or just, you know, just some quality of life improvements. But yeah, but I really feel like these games should get a modern re-release, because, you know, I mean, it's the original GTA, you know. More people should have access to it, in my opinion, even though, if we're being honest, it isn't a great game, but, you know, it's the first GTA. It's legendary. It should be experienced by more people just to appreciate, you know, where this franchise originally came from. All right, the next up we have Grand Theft Auto Mission Pack 1, London 1969. So this one's quite interesting, actually. This is an expansion pack to the first GTA that obviously takes place in London in the 1960s. It's the only GTA game to not take place in some form of, like, American city. You know, because usually the games you take place in Liberty City or Vice City, Los Santos or whatever. But this is the only one to take place in a real city, London. And yeah, in the 1960s. It's a very unique game in the series, for multiple reasons. This was kind of like the first, I guess, if you want to count it, DLC for the series, I guess. But obviously it's an expansion pack. It's more or less the same game, just reskinned pretty much to fit the 60s London aesthetic. This was also, by the way, the first game Rockstar ever published. Common misconception, and what I've heard from like a lot of people online, is that a lot of people think, because the original GTA was made by DMA Design, you can see that logo right there. A lot of people think that DMA Design later became Rockstar Games. That isn't true. DMA Design first started as their own company. You know, they made games like Lemmings and Uni Racers on the Super Nintendo, you know, stuff like that. And eventually what happened was that they put out the first GTA, and this was originally published by BMG Interactive. I believe Sam and Dan Houser, who obviously were the co-founders of Rockstar, I believe originally worked for BMG Interactive, and they left and then formed Rockstar Games in 1998. So, contrary to popular belief, DMA and Rockstar are very much not the same company. Rockstar was always Rockstar Games from the beginning, and they just published like DMA's games, you know. And eventually they would purchase DMA Design in 2002, and they would become Rockstar North. So yeah, so just wanted to get that out there. DMA and Rockstar are not the same company. But yeah, so anyway, I've got this one complete as well. There's a manual and the map and the disc right there. This version actually requires the GTA 1 disc in order to play. They did make a standalone version later on where you can just pop it in and just plays like any other game. But the original release of GTA London required you to also pop in the GTA 1 disc as well. But yeah, it's a very unique game for the PS1 because I believe it is the only expansion pack released for that system. Alright, next up we have GTA 2. And yes, that's how it's officially spelt, GTA 2. They didn't use the full name of Grand Theft Auto 2. Like even on the spine as well, it just says GTA 2, and for some reason the A is lowercased. I don't know why, because it looks really weird. But there are actually other versions of this game which has like an alternate cover art, which is basically just the GTA 1 art, but they added like a 2 at the end of the logo. Why there's two different cover variations? Honestly, I have no idea, especially because the other one is literally just the GTA 1 cover. Yeah, I don't know why they did that, but yeah, I much prefer this one though. This cover looks pretty sick. But yeah, GTA 2, again, still top-down view game, but the graphics are much better in this than they were in 1 in London. And overall, it's a much better game. It plays a lot better than GTA 1. This is probably, in my opinion, the best like 2D top-down GTA. This one I actually really enjoyed. So this one's complete as well, the manual and the map, and there's the disc. And yeah, there was also a Dreamcast version of this as well. It was the only GTA game to be released on Sega system. There was going to be a Saturn version, the first GTA, but that got cancelled because, well, the Saturn sold like shit. But yeah, GTA 2 is a very good game. Alright, the next up, of course, we have the big one right here, Grand Theft Auto 3 for the PS2. I mean, what can you really say about this game that hasn't been said a million times before? This game was super revolutionary when it came out. Obviously, it brought the series into 3D for the first time, and yeah, and just changed the whole landscape of gaming. Became like one of the top selling games for PS2 and one of the defining games that generation. Yeah, it's such a legendary game. You go back and play it now, a lot of aspects of it really haven't aged well. It's very clunky, but you can still have a lot of fun with this game. Like even now in 2025, you can still have a lot of fun just roaming around the city, just, you know, causing havoc, you know, just the level of just like freedom and being able just to do whatever you want. You know, there really wasn't anything else like this at the time. Other than maybe Driver 2, but even then, like Driver 2, all you can do really was just steal cars, and that was it. You obviously couldn't like shoot pedestrians or do nearly as much stuff as you could in this game. So yeah, so it's no wonder why this became such a phenomenon. But yeah, that one's complete as well. I do have the map. See there at the back there. Yeah. What can you say, mate? If you haven't played GTA 3, I don't know what the hell you're doing. It's still a really good game despite its jankiness, but yeah, this is probably my favorite GTA game actually. Even though like it's kind of the most dated, at least out of all the 3D games. Just I don't know, GTA 3 I think is the one I played the most, and just, I don't know, man. I love this game even now, even despite its issues. Alright, the next is, of course, Vice City, which came out the following year in 2002. It's crazy to think about that, like, GTA games were almost coming out on, like, a nearly yearly basis at one point, which is something that we would never, ever see again. But, yeah, of course, Vice City. This one's absolutely iconic, you know, obviously it takes place in the 80s. And, yeah, but the whole, like, aesthetic and vibe of this game is just incredible, right? Like, they match the time period, like, perfectly. Obviously, you've got such legendary characters in this game like Tommy Vercetti, probably one of the best protagonists in the whole series, and the soundtrack as well. I mean, oh my days, the soundtrack is just phenomenal, man. Just filled with 80s bangers, you know. Yeah, amazing game. Absolutely amazing game. They took everything that was great about GTA 3 and just improved it pretty much. And yeah, got the map there as well. So yeah, again, another one which, if you haven't played, what the hell are you doing, bro? It's an incredible game. All right, then next I've got GTA 3 and Vice City again, but this time for the original Xbox. So what's interesting about these versions of the games is that these were actually released together as part of the GTA double pack, and it also came with like an outer sleeve as well to put both games in, which I'm missing that. I've just got the 2 individual games, but yeah, there was no way to purchase these games separately. You can only get them together as a double pack. And also as well, they featured like this custom artwork as well, which is unlike the original versions, as you can see. They've got their own like custom box designs, which look pretty cool. Yeah, got some back artwork there. They also don't say Xbox as well. I mean, they say it on the spine, but not on the front, which I just find really bizarre. But yeah, that was the only way you can get these, was through the double pack. But yeah, not much to say. These are just the Xbox versions of GTA 3 and Vice City. These are better versions for sure. You know, visually they look a bit better. And yeah, and they've added some additional features. Like these have a custom soundtrack support, for example, where if you've got your own like music ripped to your Xbox's hard drive, you could use them in game, you know, in the radio stations, which is a nice feature. But yeah, and what can I say? They're just better than the PS2 versions. All right, and then the next one we have here is GTA Advance from 2004. So this one's a bit peculiar. Not many people talk about this one. This was actually a Game Boy Advance exclusive. Yes, Nintendo actually had an exclusive GTA game, which is wild to say out loud. And this one goes back to the top-down view perspective of GTA 1 and 2, obviously because of hardware limitations. It's loosely based on GTA 3. It's actually a prequel to GTA 3 and takes place in Liberty City. Features some of the same characters. And it's actually a really good game. I was playing this about a year ago, and I actually really enjoyed it. It's basically kind of like if GTA 3 was still top-down, like the earlier games. And yeah, it's actually a pretty decent game. You know, I would recommend it. I would say it's quite underrated. But then also released the same day as GTA Advance came the big boy right here, San Andreas. Yes, we had 2 GTAs released in the same day. Can you believe that actually happened? But yeah, San Andreas, I mean, this right here, man, this game was massive when it came out. This is still the best-selling game on the PlayStation 2. I think it sold like, you know, was like 17 million on just the PS2 alone. I think the total sales for this game was like close to 30 million or something. Yeah, this is when GTA became like a big deal. Again, just took everything that 3 and Vice City did and just improved upon it. And just the whole scope and everything of this game for when it came out is just like insane, you know. This game takes place in the early 90s, and yeah, just so many just like, again, iconic characters as well. Of course, the main protagonist, CJ, Carl Johnson, Big Smoke, Sweet, you know, Ryder, Tenpenny, you know, just absolutely iconic. And of course, this was the game that gave us the legendary, "oh shit, here we go again" meme as well. Like, what else can you really say? I mean, San Andreas is probably the best game in the series, I'd say. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's still incredible even now. And of course, if you own a PS2, you have to have this game by law. I mean, it is the best-selling game on the system after all. And again, if you haven't played this game, what the hell is wrong with you? Why haven't you played it? This game's been out for over 20 years. There's no excuse. All right, then I've also got the Xbox version of San Andreas. You know, same thing as in 3 and Vice City. You know, this is just a better version of GTA San Andreas, pretty much. You've got different screenshots on the back of this one, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, pretty much the same improvements that the Xbox versions of the last games had applied to this as well. Although I've never actually played this version of the game. I think I just bought it just to complete the set. But yeah, I never actually played this copy, which I really should do at some point. I never even like tested it, see if it works. But yeah, this has got the map as well. My PS2 copy also had the map also. I think only like 1 or 2 of these games, including GTA 3 on the Xbox, doesn't have the map. But the vast majority of them do have it. But yeah, So that's the Xbox version of San Andreas. And then next we have Liberty City Stories for the PSP. Now, this game was a spin-off game released first for the PSP. And yeah, and once again takes place in Liberty City, as you can obviously tell by the title. But specifically in 1998, so about 3 years before the events of GTA 3. You know, some characters from GTA 3 return. So yeah, so it's another prequel to GTA 3. And when this initially came out, this was like a real showcase for what the PSP was capable of. Because prior GTA games on handhelds, like for the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy Color, they had GTA 1 and 2 on there. They were all top-down, you know, like the original games were. But this was the first time a full 3D GTA game was available on a handheld. And yeah, and I believe it wasn't a launch title for the PSP, but I think it came out shortly after launch. And yeah, and it just showed, like, just how capable the system was, you know. I mean, this was really impressive at the time. But yeah, it's complete as well. I really like the manual in this one. The fact that they made it look like a newspaper. Rockstar back in the day, they used to get creative with like these type of things, and got the map as well. Yeah, there were 2 other GTAs for the PSP, which I don't have, but I really want to get at some point. But yeah, I've got this one on PSP at least, and also I've got the PS2 version as well of Liberty Stories. Yeah, they did a PS2 version about a year after. And yeah, again, just same game, but just on the PS2. This is probably the better version of the game to play, because I remember the PSP one does have some like pretty severe performance issues at times. So yeah, this is probably like the better way to play Liberty Stories. I mean, there are other versions that were released since, like I believe there was like a mobile release and stuff. But yeah, this one also has the map as well. But yeah, it's a very good game, but you know, it's far from my favorite, you know. Alright, next is Vice City Stories, which I only have the PS2 version of. This initially came out for the PSP, and then once again, just like with Liberty City Stories, came out on the PS2 a year later. I believe, I don't know how much this goes for now, but I believe at one point this was a pretty pricey game for the PS2. Well, it wasn't like too expensive. I think it was about like 20 quid at CX at one point. I don't know if the price has gone up or down since then, but I know at one point it was kind of like, you know, a valuable game-ish. So yeah, it's another prequel. It takes place 2 years before the events of Vice City. And yeah, I never played too much of this one, to be honest. Yeah, got that complete. Well, actually, this doesn't have the map. I need to get one at some point, but yeah. And I also want to get the PSP version of this as well. Alright, then next we have GTA 4 on the Xbox 360. When this game came out, man, it was a absolute culture event. You know, this was when like every Rockstar game just had insane amounts of hype leading up to release. You know, the first game that's part of the HD universe, and I have to say, man, the jump from San Andreas to GTA 4 is actually insane when you think about it, considering the games were released only like what, 4 years apart from each other. They look like they're literally from like 20 years apart from each other. Like the jump from San Andreas to this is fucking ridiculous when you think about it. Yeah, I mean, this game still looks good even now, which is crazy, you know. Like, I can think of some more modern games that don't look as good as this. Like, that's how well, like, this game is held up visually. In terms of, like, controls and stuff, I mean, kind of a love or hate of things, especially, like, with the driving and the gun controls. You know, they weren't particularly great in this. Some people like the more realistic driving. Never got too far in this game, to be honest. But, you know, it is a really good game. So yeah, that's complete as well. Got the map in there. Of course, people have been begging for Rockstar to remaster this for years. And will they eventually do it? Who knows? I think they were planning on doing a remaster for this around the time when the Trilogy Definitive Edition came out. They were going to do this in Red Dead Redemption, but it was ultimately cancelled, probably due to all the backlash they got from the trilogy. But yeah, probably should get a remaster at some point, or at least like a modern port, you know. I mean, you can play on like the Xbox Series X, but yeah, there's no way of playing on like the PS5 or something. So yeah, it really should get like a modern port at least, you know, I think. All right, then we have episodes from Liberty City. This contains both the 2 DLC packs released for GTA 4. So you've got the Lost and Damned and Battle of Gay Tony. So yeah, so both of them released together on a disc. GTA 4 is not required this time. Although there were versions of this that also came with GTA 4 as well, but this is just like the separate release. It's a good thing they did this because obviously like the 360 store is obviously shut down, and the PS3 store will probably shut down soon as well. So it's a good thing that they like, you know, made physical versions of both of these games. But yeah, these were like the first two DLCs released for GTA game. And yeah, got that complete. I don't think I actually played this, to be honest. Yeah, I think I just bought it for the collection, but yeah, I remember my dad had this at some point and he got rid of it. Right, then we have another GTA game for Nintendo system. Here we have Chinatown Wars. So this game was a handheld exclusive, released only on the DS as well as the PSP. And I think it also got on mobile release as well later on. So this game, once again, also goes back to like the top-down view perspective of the early GTAs. And it uses the same map as in GTA 4, but obviously like downscaled to run like a DS and stuff. So yeah, it's a very good game actually. I quite enjoyed this one. And yeah, that's complete as well. Yeah, it's just like this type of thing we just would never see nowadays. You know, now that handheld gaming and console gaming's pretty much has become like mostly the same thing. I mean, now it's just like, you know, you can play any console game on the go. You know, we're never going to get stuff like this again, you know, like these handheld specific spin-off games. All right, and then we have the big one right here, GTA 5. I mean, come on, everyone's played this game. I don't know how the hell you can consider yourself a gamer if you haven't played GTA 5. This game has sold a stupid amount. Like, if I'm not mistaken, this is literally like the second best-selling game in history. Like, this sold like 200 million copies or something. Like, no joke. And I think most of that is just GTA Online. I guarantee you the percentage of how many people played GTA 5 for just a single player compared to how much they played for just the multiplayer, it'd probably be like 90% for just online, because that's what made this game like such a huge phenomenon. You know, I mean, it was already like, you know, people love the single player, but GTA Online was what made this game just like explode in popularity. You know, when most people think of GTA, the first thing that comes to their mind is GTA Online usually. And for a lot of people, this was the only GTA game they played, which was insane. I mean, just look at, you know, 200 million sales for this compared to the rest of the series. Doesn't even come close. For most people, GTA 5 is the only GTA they played. I remember, like, when this game was coming out, and, like, yeah, the hype and anticipation was insane, man. It was absolutely insane. I mean, even I was looking forward to it, even though I couldn't play at the time, because, like, my parents wouldn't allow me. But, yeah, GTA 5, absolutely incredible game. So you got 2 discs here on the 360 version. Got a play disc and install disc. And yeah, that's the map right there. And the manual, which only has like 6 pages, I think. It was around the time when they started phasing out manuals for games. To think that GTA 5 originated... Oh shit. To think that GTA 5 originated on the 360 and PS3, you know, hardware from like 20 years ago at this point, is pretty insane when you think about it. Like, the fact they were able to pull this off on the 360 is kind of crazy. But yeah, but that's what Rockstar does, you know? They push the absolute limits of what a system's capable of. And yeah, and they produce incredible games as well. And then we have a really weird one here. So we've got San Andreas again, but on the Xbox 360. The physical release of it. Yeah, so this one is, again, quite bizarre. So San Andreas did have a 360 release, I believe in like 2014. That was actually based on the mobile version by War Drum Studios, who later became Grocery Games. And then in 2015, I believe, they decided for whatever reason to release a physical version. And when they did, they released it exclusively under the Classics label, or Platinum Hits in America. Yeah, which is bizarre. Like, there's no like standard 360 release of this. This only has a Classics release physically. I have no idea why. The back also reuses the exact same screenshots from the Xbox version, like the original Xbox version. Even the disc R is the same as the Xbox version. This one doesn't actually come with manual, it just comes with this fucking thing saying, oh, if you want the official manual, just go to rockstargames.com/manuals. Like, yeah, thanks for that, mate. Oh, man. But at least it came with a map as well, so that's something at least. They also did a physical PS3 version as well. And yeah, it's just a bizarre release. It really is. And also as well, like, if you look at the bottom, it has like the original like copyright information. It just says like 2000 to 2004 Rockstar Games. It doesn't say like 2015 or whatever when this version actually did come out. So they probably just copy and paste that from like the back of the Xbox version. So yeah, it's a very strange release. All right, then we've just got 2 more left here. So next we have GTA 5 again on the PS4. This is the premium edition. This was like a later release of the game. yeah, it's just GTA 5 again. The PS4 and Xbox One re-release of GTA 5 was when the game really started to blow up, because that's when like GTA Online started to become like a really big focus for the game. And they also had like the first person mode as well, which was only in these versions. I am pretty annoyed that I do have the premium edition. I'd much rather have the standard one that doesn't have the board at the front, but you know, it is what it is. I remember I did an unboxing of this as well, like I think like 4 or 5 years ago. I did an unboxing of this when I first got it, and for some reason that video is like one of my most popular videos I've ever done. I think it's my most viewed like unboxing video. It has like 23k views or something. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because it was GTA, but yeah, that's like my most viewed unboxing video, was when I unboxed this back in like 2020. Yeah, I don't know why. I just like did really well for some reason. Last but not least, we have this fucking thing. GTA, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition. So, where do I start with this one? So when this initially released at the end of 2021, it was a complete disaster. It's just going to be a remaster of free Vice City and San Andreas, you know, updated visuals, improved controls and stuff. Like, this should have been a surefire win, right? But then it came out, and then it was a disaster. I mean, first of all, the actual, like, visual style of the game just looks really weird. Like, all the characters look like they're action figures or something, or they're just made out of plastic. It just has this really weird cartoony aesthetic to it, which just doesn't suit well with what the game's going for. And then on top of that, the amount of like bugs and glitches was just insane. It was like cyberpunk levels of glitches. The fact that they screwed up a remaster of 20-year-old PS2 games this badly goes to show just how this industry like just doesn't give a shit sometimes. The fact that a remaster released 20 years after the original is way more buggier than the originals, yeah, that's completely inexcusable. They did patch the game over time, and I believe at the end of last year, they released a massive patch for all 3 of the games, and pretty much like overhauled a lot of the games. You know, like they added like the lion back to like San Andreas and stuff. So now the games are actually playable, and they're actually not too bad. I mean, they still have like a weird sort of aesthetic to them, but you know, it is what it is. The games aren't like complete broken messes anymore. There's probably still some bugs that they haven't ironed out quite yet, but at least it's in the best state it's ever been. And yeah, nothing inside of this, you know, no map, no manual or anything. I've noticed that Rockstar is starting to cheap out with some of the more recent releases, because even like the newest release of GTA 5, like the PS5 and Series X, doesn't even have like the map inside or anything. So I'm hoping with GTA 6 they have a map in there. And they could have had like a pamphlet in there or something, but no, they just give you nothing. But yeah, so anyway, there you have it, guys. That's my GTA collection. So yeah, as usual, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to, of course, give it a like, maybe consider subscribing. And also as well, are you guys going to pick up GTA 6 when it launches? Because, oh man, May 26th, 2026, I guarantee you is going to be one of the biggest days in gaming history. Like that game is going to shatter all records, you know, like GTA 5 currently holds the record for like the best-selling game in the first 24 hours and all this. Like, it made like $1 billion in the first like 3 days. Yeah, GTA 6 is going to completely smash those records, bro. It's going to be the biggest game launch like we've ever seen. It's going to be nuts. So yeah, let me know if you guys are going to pick up GTA 6 day one. I really want to, but I currently don't own a PS5. I'll try and get one before the game comes out. But yeah, so with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, take care now.